So this guy, you know what? I can't explain it. I just need to search it and hope that I find it in my comment section. I found it. I'm just gonna start reading and then we'll go from there, okay? So, I'm gonna make this a YouTube video. This is how insane this is, okay? One day ago, this guy posted on my YouTube comment section. Not anything to do with the video. Your favorite cards are not good choice. Nothing to do with the video. Nothing relevant. Nothing related to the topic of conversation. I've been posting this for 3 weeks now on every YugiTubers recently posted post to try to get someone's attention and make a video about the list of ideas. Well, if there's anyone who's the king of one guys and getting stun-locked by one random commenter, I'm the master of that. So I will, I guess, fulfill your wish here and read this garbage. He has made a 30-point document, 32-point document explaining how to fix Yugioh. And he's been posting this on every YugiTubers comment section. I don't know why he thinks a YugiTuber would want to read this. Maybe to give him attention like I'm doing now. Haha, baited. So let's go through it. Step back, chumps. This is how you fix Yugioh. Space. Side note, links should have been made before Pendulum, then Pendulum last. What does he want us to do? Time machine? Side note, the star ED ones, the best ones. Oh, the starred ones are the best ones. Okay. Number 1, how to fix Yugioh. Face down cards can't be used as fusion material, but can be used for tributes of a ritual or tribute summon or effect. Because that's what's breaking Yugioh right now, is being able to fuse face down monsters. You know, not... Wait till he sees branded fusion and what that card does, you know? 1 normal summon and 1 set, or 2 sets, or 2 normal summons. Either 1 or set, or 1 normal summon, 1 tribute summon. I think he means per turn. You're only allowed to set 2 cards, or normal summon twice or once at a turn, or vice versa, right? So 1 and 1, right? Okay, that fixes the game. Game fixed, noted. You can normal summon and face up defense. Tokens can be used as XE material. Why does he think this is gonna fix this game? No, hang on. Let him cook. Increase the extra and side to 20. Draw 1 card when you end your turn. Link monsters can be used as synchro material, but count as level 0. Of course. Of course. I mean, it would be too crazy if they were level 1 and stuff. Wait, hang on. Wait, so synchro monsters, you can just make a level 4 Ecclesia and a level 4 Moyi, and then like a level, a Link monster randomly, just to use it? Just for free? Like, for no reason, I guess, to trigger a grave effect? Okay, why does he think this is good? Get rid of missing timing, based. Actually, let him cook. He's cooking. Get rid of properly summoning. No, that's a terrible idea. So this is a reference to not being able to special summon synchros and fusions from the graveyard and extra deck. From the graveyard usually, or banner zone, if they aren't correctly summoned. So for example, what this guy is saying is if I Mirror Jade dump an Albion to the graveyard for its effect, I can then activate Monster Reborn and bring back that Albion. Currently, you can't do that in Yu-Gi-Oh, but he wants to do this.
Okay.
Number 10. Ritual monsters that say you can ritual summon this card also can be special or normal summoned like regular monsters. Only ritual summons that say must be ritual summoned. Or ritual monsters start in the extra deck. That's pretty base though. Unlimited normal summons of normal monsters of any level 1 to 8. Links aren't restricted to the extra monster zone. Pendulum summoning from the face-up extra deck aren't restricted to link zones. He wants to bring back pen summoning full power. Once per turn, on either turn, each player can activate 1 trap from their hand. Okay, so now that we're halfway through the document, we need to just have a break, and I need to have a breather here. You know, I've been encouraging this and saying, you know, let him cook here, but I think the only thing this guy's been cooking is... Let's continue. I feel like I'm going to have an aneurysm by the end of reading all this. Alright, let's keep going. When a monster attacks another monster that has higher defense points, it's destroyed after damage calc. This completely changes the battle phase. So I can crash my monster into a bigger monster, but if the attack is higher than the defense, then they both die? Is that what he's saying? Both players can use both EMZs for any type of monsters. So I think you can normal summon into the EMZ, and you can kaiju into the EMZ. Which by the way, I will admit, I thought you could do that when Link summoning was first released. No shame, I may or may not have cheated on Dueling Book by kaijuing the EMZ. I thought you could do that. I thought that was a thing. Apparently not. Great, sounds like good suggestion. Any combination of cards with mutual links can be used to have control of a monster in both midfield extra monster zone instead of just the U-Link. UVL locks don't lock your opponents out of the extra deck though. I don't know what this means, but apparently he says you don't need the EMZ to be used. Yeah, links aren't restricted to the EMZ according to point number 12, so why does point number 17 matter? Monsters in the midfield extra monster zones can... What is this midfield extra? Wait, hang on. Does he want a third EMZ? Okay, we can't do this. Can be used by either player for the summons of Fusion, Ritual, Synchro, Exceed, Link, and Tributes for Tributes. Now, both players benefit and take a risk by using the extra monster zones. This is... I don't know what this means. This is just the third EMZ. Monsters in the Pendulum zones can be used by the controller for the summons of Fusion, Ritual, Synchro, Exceed, Link, and Tributes for Tribute summons. Okay, so what you can do is you can scale 2 monsters and then Tribute summon using them. Or you can do a bunch of pen summoning and then link your scales. You can do full pen combo and then link your scales. Coke is a hell of a drug, huh? You can fusion summon fusion monsters without poly by summoning material on top in the same zone as the other material. So I think what he's saying is so you can overlay into fusions, I think is what he's saying. That's what that means. It's an Xyz fusion. For monsters that requires 3 materials, the material must be on field or in hand, just like how poly works. If you've played Dark Duel Stories, then you know how this works. Jesus, he's getting his inspiration from like old Game Boy games. Bring back the pendulum zones, but you can only pendulum summon monsters equal to the number of zones in between where you placed your scales in the back row. So with how the board is set up now, you can only pen summon 3 monsters. So if you want to summon 5, they'd need to bring back pendulum scale zones, plus it'd be cool to set traps in your pen zones, you know? Link Monster's arrow can be used to climb up or down the field, creating EMZ zones on your opponent's field or your own spell and trap zones. Monsters that on your side of the field under the opponent's control can be used as summoning materials for Link, Synchro, Xyz, Fusion, Ritual, and Tribute. I don't understand what you're saying. Link Monster arrows can be used to climb up or down the field, creating EMZs on your opponent's field or your own spell and trap zones. I don't know what he's saying. Now he's lost his mind. Monster in the main monster zone can only attack monsters in the same column as themselves. And when the zone is empty, you can attack directly. Just summon access code and another monster in like certain columns, and you just dodge your opponent's field. Monsters in the midfield extra monsters. Can you just like we don't need to do this. Midfield zone have the chance to target any monster in the main monster zone for attacks along with other midfield extra monsters. What are you doing to the game? While the EMZ or main monster zone pendulum monsters can attack spell and trap cards. Cards in the spell and trap zone in the same column as itself. Damage is dealt. Well, how do you do damage? What is... If I attack a welcome labyrinth, how much damage is that? What does that mean? Or pendulum... Oh, wait, hang on. He spaced out weird. No damage is dealt. Or pendulums can only attack an opponent's card in the spell and trap zones while it's been summoned to the opponent's field in your control, because the arrow a Link monster points to an opponent's main monster zones. What are you saying? Pendulum monsters in the pen zones can only attack monsters in the midfield... I'm not reading that shit anymore. All monsters have battle protection from monsters with lower levels ranks than themselves, and have battle vulnerability with monsters that have a higher level rank, meaning they are instantly destroyed after damage calc when battling a monster with a higher level rank. Or, he's giving us a choice here, all monsters have battle protection and instant destruction upon attacks on monsters in this order. Level 12 beats level 11 and below, and rank 1 beats level 12 and below.
What?
Level 12 beats level 11 and below, but rank 1 beats level 12 and below. But I thought the whole point was that if... Bro's making his own card game. You could start duels with any number of pendulum monsters face up on top of the extra deck for you to pen summon. But they take up space in your extra deck. Add a secondary extra deck. Only for spells and traps. That's 5, 10, 20 cards, and you can once per turn set a trap or add it to your hand in one activation set of a spell or add it to your hand. I don't know what this means. Only of the main phase of the turn player's turn. Pendulum monsters can be placed here. You could activate any spell you choose from the speed spell deck. Speed spell deck. Or set, depends on if you want an extra zone to activate spells from, or if you want to make it more of a guess which card is my trap kind of deal. Create a separate ban list for the speed spell deck. What the fuck is a speed spell deck? Altogether, you once per turn resources become one set of a trap or add it to your hand, one set of a spell or add it to your hand, one normal summon, one set of a monster, one pendulum summon, one activation of a trap from the hand. That's everything you get in a single turn in this guy's new format. Card designs that I'd like to see in the future that could help balance the game. More reprints, based. More possible realistic. Create more pendulum ritual monsters. Trap pendulum monsters. Link pendulum monsters. Create pendulums with different number scales on each side. Create pendulum flip monsters. Pendulum union monsters. Pendulum Gemini monsters. Create generic pendulum archetypes to support Link, Xyz, Synchro Fusion, Ritual, Tribute, Normal, Flip, Union, Gemini, Spirit, Attribute, Type. Print more column-specific effects. Print more Link 5. Level 1 synchros. Link tuners. Less possible or realistic, but he thinks should still be made. Create Link monsters with defense points that are red cards. Create spell and trap cards with pendulum scales. Create spell and trap cards with link arrows. Create speed spells in a speed spell deck zone. Create a new trap card type that are true hand traps. Well, Triff, it took a while, but I think we finally found your alt account. Steven, this was a really well thought out, put together essay. And, you know, it's great to see the kind of suggestions and feedback you have for the game, but nothing said
and
here
you guys
should
thought
ever
resolving
happen.
Chain Link 7 was hard.
He's been spamming this for 3 weeks on every YugiTubers comment section, and I decided to be dumb enough to bite. Well, if you've watched all the way through this video, then I guess congratulations. You've joined me in losing about 15% of your IQ points, which as a Yugioh player are very precious because I didn't have that many to begin with. That was the best thing I've read today, chat. That was incredible.